it's mostly should just be if a parent's, you know, just like wondering, Johnny's having a problem with power cords, what can I help with? Stuff that's specifically related to the class. You know, if you've been having a behavior issue and you've, you know, told the parent, you know, if that could be a form of communication on that they can say, you know, has he been doing better, or, you know, whatever. Anything regarding accounts or anything like that would come into the office and handled that way. So, it, like you said, it's kind of a trial period. Like I said, we don't want you guys to be totally inundated with a million ridiculous things. I don't think it will be that, because most people that email in, it's an account related issue, and hopefully parents will be able to differentiate the difference and send the right one to the right email and not to the other. It's good actually.
No, it would get just the linking made on that. We'll have the details.
Okay.
The details on that, we were kind of not wanting to do it, toss the idea back and forth, so that system's not in place at this point.
It's something parents would like to have more contact. We don't want to give out phone numbers, you know, so they're like calling you all the time, and you know that can get a little crazy. But so we'll try it out and see how it works. Definitely would like your feedback on it. Anything account related or office related, just, you know, forward it to us, and you know, we'll take it from that.
May I say that I am not sure what you mean by it's a test, but if everybody's going to have the ability to, the parents and the teachers, to have emails, you really keep it on a professional level.
Yeah, definitely, you know, it's got to be on a professional level, and we will have access to all the accounts, and we will be monitoring it, not as a way of checking up on everybody, but just making sure that the stuff coming in, checking to see how much stuff is coming in. You know, if it's going to take up a lot of your time, then this is not the route we want to go. So we'll be monitoring it for that. We'll be monitoring it to make sure the right stuff goes into the right place. They're emailing appropriate questions to you or to the office. And also, you know, just to make sure, you know, everything, we want to put forth a good image.
Yeah, that's another thing, is we want to put forth a good image of our company as a group. We're representing each other and people that run music after school. And say you're a new teacher, we don't really, we're proud of our new teachers. We give you the training that we think that you need. You wouldn't be in there in the class if we didn't have faith that you could do it. But at the same time, if I'm getting surgery from a brand new surgeon, I don't really want to know that that's his first surgery. You know, so you don't really want to say, well, I don't know, I've never taught before. You know, you say, well, let me get some, let me get back on you, because I'm going to talk to some, I'd be interested to know what some of my associates feel about that. And, you know what I mean? Present it like that. You don't want to be intimidated by parents and giving them the impression you don't know what you're talking about.
Another, just on keeping it on a professional level, if anybody has a Facebook or MySpace page, we would definitely like that it either is very, very 100% clean, or preferably kept private. There's ways that you can leave your account open. Anybody can view anything on it. So if you're talking about the parties you went to and how drunk you got over the weekend, that's not what we want on there.
Parents can see that, is what you're saying.
Right. I had a student.
I don't do that myself. Facebook
I
stuff,
never thought about it, but I had a
open.
student that emailed me and it's like, oh, let's be Facebook friends, and I didn't even know what it was. So I got on it and clicked on, and you know, you just make sure that it stays, preferably just, if you've got an issue with putting it private, then come talk to me. But it should be kept on a private, so only your friends can see what's going on, unless if you use it for, you know, whatever else. If you have a question on that, talk to me, but that's good. Because you want to make it, you know, because your students will look, and they will check. They know your name, they know your first name, they know your last name, and they're on there. And they're going to look up and they're going to see what's on your thing. So if it's not something that you would
Would
want
be
to talk about in
appropriate.
class, something that's not going to be appropriate, it needs to definitely have private. Is there a
I
question?
was just going to say, if you have like your basic info, because, you know, when you're in college and stuff, you may have, I do theater, that type of stuff is listed in there, if it's all clean, and that's available to people who are your friends, or who aren't your friends, but your wall isn't, is that still okay, or?
Yeah, I would say if it's along the lines of that, then that's fine. You know,
But
I
they
mean, just
can
use
see
your
your
discretion.
wall.
If it's not something you'd be comfortable, you know, putting forth or would be a good image, then it would definitely need to be
Right, if
private.
it would be embarrassing to you, or even if you think it should be embarrassing to you, if it would be embarrassing to your mother.
It's funny you said that, 'cause my mom just last week had to put on hers.
Yeah,
My
she
cousin
was
took
there.
a quiz that they have on there, and it was kind of on sexual connotation. So she went and she said, you know, I really wish that people would understand that this is a tool that employers and many different people, organizations, they look at. So people need to stop the vulgarity
Right.
on there.
Exactly.
And you know,
Yeah,
just
I'll think
working
about
with
it.
children and with our
Phone.
company, if we knew there were issues with that, you wouldn't be here.
That's true.
So I think that we have a good group and we will want to keep those standards
Would you
the
say,
way we
Chris?
think that they are.
I just said those social networks are basically, I mean, they function, in addition to being social networks, they're basically data mining farms.
But actually with
Scary.
Facebook though, like if someone searches us, they can get off our basic information, but they can't get anything more than that unless we accept. So we would never accept a student or
It depends though.
on your
You
camera.
can have your site public to where everything is viewable, and there's been a lot of people
Oh, okay.
that don't realize that, and then everything is 100% view. You can set your settings to what is viewable. You can make everything completely private. You can put your information, so it'll say your birthday and your interest in that thing, but keep your wall private. Or, you know,
Oh,
so
okay.
you have to set the
tailor it.
settings to what it is. So you could, not knowingly, have everything 100% viewable to everybody.
You could also make it so that nobody can find you. They
Yeah,
can
you
search
can.
for you, they can't find your name on there.
Yeah. Not that you have to go that far, but yeah.
Right.
Right. And it wouldn't be appropriate to accept if you did have a student that wanted to be on your Facebook thing, that would not be acceptable. Just, you know, even if it's nothing, it could be construed in an inappropriate way. So you would just
Oh, yeah.
decline the invitation.
They're on anything that comes out there.
Did you ever think of making a Facebook group for students who are in here and then just dividing it by the teacher or by the class in case they ever have any discussions that they want to have with the other students? I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea, just take mine, so.
Something we could toss around.
Yeah. I think systems-wise, this is pretty much, we've gone over all the stuff. We'll go into more details. There'll be nerdy videos and stuff like that to go into more details on it. I'm going to end the screencast really quick.
Cut.
Sorry. And we don't need the computer for the rest of this, do we?
No, I'm trying to think of actually something.
What's your question?
I
Yeah,
was
I think
gonna
we
ask
can
in
switch it.
terms of communication, like what works best with the office, which is the fastest way to kind of get in touch with you guys? Is it through text message, phone call, email?
Emails, emails are good and bad. The thing about emails is that they can get filtered, put in spam, and all sorts of different things, and it's just easy to overlook. Like if you get tons and tons of emails coming in, people get spam emails, even if you've got filters on. It's really easy to overlook them. I think we
about
prefer to do texting and phone.
That's
Phone
good,
calls.
but also that issue page, the issue form, we're checking that every week. So anything that's not, urgent, has to be dealt with today, go to that issue page. That's, we know to look for